So, more sculling, this time just 2 men in a boat. These are senior men, and yet again we have Olympic champions for you in this race. Hans Gruhne and K.S. Schulze on the Berkshire station, that's on the left-hand side of your screen as you look, were Olympic champions in the men's quadruple sculls in Rio. And there are more internationals, Konstantin Steinhubel and Jonathan Rommelmann on the Buckinghamshire station. That's on the right of your screen as you look.
So it's a real derby, German derby out there. So we're going to see some great technique, because we know that the Germans are fantastic in these sculling events as well, and they really hone. We've got essentially we've got lightweights, haven't we, as well in the Steinhubel and Rommelmann crew. So I think we're expecting the heavyweights to win out on this one.
It's still quite tight as we come to Forley, and you can see from the looks across from the bowman there, Konstantin Steinhubel, just checking. You know, you probably can't believe he's so close to the Olympic champions. Gruhne and Schulze, of course, when they won that gold in Rio ahead of Australia, who took the silver. At the peak of fitness, I guess they have been working to get that fitness back in preparation for coming to Henley.
Yeah, I mean, it's classy, isn't it? Powerful, powerful stuff. I think they're in control, but of course they're not, you know, they've got a race. Both crews are flat out at this point.
So we're watching a contest between 2 German crews, as we see from the midpoint there. Again, it's fantastic to see Konstantin Steinhubel. He's so determined, isn't he? He's just telling John Rommelmann, his stroke man, you know, we can get them, we can get them. Just 22 years of age, John Rommelmann, the stroke man, as we close in on the 2 Olympic champions. What about their cohesion, Kath?
Yeah, it's powerful stuff, isn't it? I mean, I think, you know, you can see the boats sort of moving around a bit in the water out there, and the rates are high. I think we heard the commentator saying the rates were up at sort of 37 and 39 in the cruise just now. So at this point of the race, to be rating that high, that's uncomfortable stuff. That is, you know, really racing, trying to, you know, take it to each other, and they've been put under pressure, aren't they?
They're being put under pressure, and I guess their fitness is going to be the question. When you won the Olympics, I mean, the German men's quad are heroes. They've done all the TV stuff back home and all the rest of it. Normally it's the German men's 8, but the men's quad and the women's quad both took gold in Rio. So, you know, they've had a sort of plenty of time off, come to Henley and said, well, let's have a go here for this event. And the lightweights are coming back at them, because here is where it's going to hurt.
Yeah. That's the thing about rowing. You can't rest on your laurels. The speed comes down to the training you've done and how much you put in the winter. So they'll be thinking about that right now, I should think, as their lactic acid levels start to go through the roof.
He's still looking round, Steinhubel, isn't he? Because they're just there the whole time. You can sense them. He doesn't need to look round. But I think they are coming back, the 2 lightweights. And 11 stone 9, Konstantin Steinhubel, Jonathan Rommelmann, 12 stone 1. So, you know, around about 72.5, 75 kilos if you're watching us in Germany. And I know many people are watching from all around the world. So it's the 2 Olympic champions. They continue to lead, and German men's quadruple sculling has really suffered from those 4 men taking a season out. Richard Phelps, the umpire, resplendent in the blazer in the launch at the back, keeping a close eye on this contest, because of course anything can happen with crews so close together.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? They are not having a comfortable row out there. I think it's, you know, it's hard all the way. They're having to race. They're being pushed. The rate's coming up, and you know, they're going to take it to them again. There's a push there. They're overlapping. This is not comfortable for the Olympic champions. I mean, his head's going down there. My goodness, I don't think they've got anything else. It looked like he almost stopped.
Well, that is it. The race is decisive moment. Heads have gone down. He is absolutely knackered. Hans Gruhne in the bow seat just saw K.S. Schulze, and look at the coach. Their heads, they're holding their heads, the spectators. They can see what has happened. The lighties have gone through. You can see the smiles on the left-hand side of Adrian, the launch there, because the 2 lighties, I think, have gone through, and it's going to be very tough for the Olympic champions to come back from that.
I think he's essentially blown, hasn't he, in the stroke seat? I mean, he is, you know, his posture's gone, his head's gone. I think he's pacing, you know, he hasn't got what he had last year in Rio, that's for sure.
Well, Hans Gruhne stroked that quad, I think, in Rio. K.S. Schulze, I think, was in the 3 seat. They've switched the double around. Maybe that wasn't the best option for this crew this year, but the 2 lightweights, who are probably fitter, they've done a decent winter's training, they haven't had Olympic gold medal to celebrate, have just gone from strength to strength, and they will love this verdict. I mean, not only beating their countrymen, not only winning a race at Henley, but beating 2 Olympic champions.
Incredible, but that's what Henley's about, and that's why it's such a sort of levelling sport. You know, you can't be a hero for very long if you don't do the hard yards. Fantastic. They took it to them all the time, pressuring them, hanging on, hanging on, hanging on. So all credit to the way they've raced this, and they've broken 2 Olympic champions today.
And if anyone doubted how tough our sport of rowing is, you just have to look at that race. Konstantin Steinhubel and Jonathan Rommelmann, the 2 lightweights. Look at that from Krefelder Ruder Club and the 2 Olympic champions from Ruder Club Potsdam and Berliner Ruder Club, Germany, just paddle across the line. They were broken, and you know, this is what our sport can do to you. Olympic gold medal, no respecter of form, no respecter of what you won in the past. It's the training in the bank, that's what counts. And Steinhubel and Rommelmann showed why it mattered. Brilliant race. I loved it when you caught it when his head went down there. That was just stunning to watch.
You're only as good as your last race, isn't that what we all learn?
Can't remember what my last race was. So, great race, more to come.